Hey friends, and welcome to our very messy kitchen. This video wasn't originally filmed as a nighttime cleaning routine, but that's what we're gonna make it. And by the way, I was pointing to a pile of clothes on the floor in my living room there that I needed to take care of. Anyways, Justin actually left for St. Croix before I could film an official nighttime routine, but this one ended up turning into one, so it was just meant to be. If you're new here, welcome. Justin and I make cleaning and lifestyle videos. We are actually in the process of moving to St. Croix, and I will leave that video of us announcing it in the cards above. I'm going to film the whole process, so if that's something that you're interested in, I would love if you would subscribe and stick around. The second half of that video is actually pretty funny, so it's worth watching. But anyways, to all of you that are back again for another video, I just can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you've shown me here and over on my Instagram. So let's get into the video. We are going to start by picking up the kitchen, just getting all of the stuff, all the clutter out of the way. We had already eaten dinner that night, and so it was just time to pick up. And I mentioned this in my last video, but I said, "Are you sure that you're okay with being in a robe online?" And he said he didn't care, but this is my favorite part of the video. I just love him so much. He's so good to me. While Justin finishes the dishes, I am actually starting on breakfast. So I usually end up having to cook something every night, and this night was our breakfast wraps. So I just got a cookie sheet and some foil, and I had defrosted some bacon already, and I'm just going to place those in the oven. It's turkey bacon that I'm using, uncured turkey bacon, if you care to know that. And I put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes, and then I just check it and make sure that I think it's done enough and take it out. So we are going to get that going here. The next thing that I'm going to do is actually make his protein shakes after I get that put away. I will tell you how I do it. So I just do 1 to 2 scoops of protein. This was making 2, so I believe I used 2 scoops. A banana and milk with peanut butter and oats, just to give it a little bit more like filling to it. Since he wakes up either between 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, he doesn't eat his breakfast until later on. So he likes to have that protein shake as soon as he wakes up. And I'm going to take these cornbreads, this cornbread? I don't know. I'm going to take the cornbread, there we go, and put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the refrigerator to store for later. And I'll take that protein shake that I just made and divide it into 2 shaker cups. And he will have that for the next 2 mornings for his early breakfast. Now we're going to put away our beans and rice. If you're from the South, then you know all about this dinner. I think this night was black-eyed peas with Conecuh sausage, and then I made brown rice in the Instant Pot. It is so yummy. So we're going to put all that away. I just love these cabinets on the front of my island. I've never had that before, but it's so convenient to store the big appliances in. I actually store my crock pot in there as well. Had to help him keep his sleeves up out of the water there. I don't know if I've ever shared this on here or not. I'm sure I have, but doing the dishes is one of my least favorite chores. As silly as that sounds, but it really is. And ever since day one, we kind of made a deal with each other. I cook, he cleans, and it works out perfectly. I don't have to do any dishes, except for now I do because he's not here, and that kind of stinks, but only for about a month. I'm curious to know you guys' opinion. Let me know below. Do you guys like voiceovers on these types of videos just so you can see the action while I'm talking? Or do you like for me to communicate with the camera directly, if that makes sense? You guys have to let me know in the comments. And if you've made it this far, leave me a pink heart emoji in the comments. I like knowing how far you guys make it through the video. So now I am fixing his coffee for the morning time. Well, I'm getting his cup ready for coffee. So I do 1 scoop of hot chocolate powder and like a half of a little scoop of sugar. And then in the morning, well, actually, I'm going to add milk to that here in a second. There we go. But in the morning, all he'll have to do is pull that out of the refrigerator. And it has a shaker ball in there just to help it all blend together. And then he will pour his hot coffee over that, and it'll be ready to go. And then we are going to fill up this cup. He takes that in his lunch for work. It is just ice and water, and then he will squeeze some like orange flavor, I guess you would say, in the cup to give it some flavor. And then he will just put that in his lunchbox for work. I let him do it because last time I did way too much and he said it was horrible. It's so funny to watch this because this is what we literally do every single night. He stands at the sink for 20 minutes while I run in circles around him getting everything put together. So now we're just going to make our coffee. And I do use half caffeine and half decaf. My heart races really easily, and so I try to be careful. And for whatever reason, if I do full calf, it just affects me really bad. So I use the scooper that comes with the coffee pot, and I literally fill half of it with regular and half with decaf. And then I will set the coffee pot on a timer, which I'll link this one below. It has literally been amazing, and you can just set its timer and it'll start and be done for you whenever you want. And then we're going to move on to taking that delicious bacon out of the oven. I'm curious to know, have you guys ever used Tony Chachere's? Do you know what it is? I believe it's more of a southern thing than a northern thing, but I could be wrong. Let me know. So now I'm just going to make kind of like an omelet, but it's only egg, and then I'm going to put the bacon in it, and then it'll go in a tortilla wrap, which I'm going to show you that here in a minute. But I kind of cheat a little bit, and so I just put my eggs in the pan, put my seasonings on it, and then I just kind of break up the egg while it's in the pan. I know a lot of people, and Justin would rather I do it, but a lot of people will whip their egg in a bowl and then pour it in there, but I just don't really see it's necessary. So now we are going to clean off the countertops. I love this Windex. It is a disinfectant all-surface Windex, and it smells really nice and clean, but it also disinfects, which I really enjoy. I always get so nervous to do this, but especially on camera, because I felt like I was going to throw it out of the pan. Does anybody else feel me on that? Okay, so let's talk about this coffee bar. Number one, I love it. It's something I've always wanted, and I was so grateful I got to have it in this house, but that's beside the point. It was disgusting, and I'm about to show you here in a second. Oh my gosh. I dust off the coffee pot a lot. Like, I do that right there. Honestly, I do it quite often. For whatever reason, it was so dusty. And then from where we put the scoop in on the side of the coffee pot there, you can see it has a holder. I guess grounds stay on it and then they get like splattered onto the wall. But yeah, all of that black, which I guess is coffee, I didn't even notice it was there for a long time. So we cleaned it off. Now I'm going to put together his breakfast for the morning. Like I mentioned earlier, I just take that egg that I made, 3 pieces of turkey bacon, and it had cheese in the egg. And then he will warm that up and put it inside one of those extreme wraps. They're pretty low carb, and honestly, they're really, really good if you're looking for that type of a... I burnt myself. But yeah, if you're looking for a fairly healthy wrap, I suggest that. Not that you should be taking food advice from yours truly, but just do the research yourself if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.